Hi all, welcome to my channel Semper Astra. My name is Maggie and usually in my videos I discuss topics related to blindness. However, one of my hobbies is testing fragrances, wearing fragrances, and also recommending to others my favorite perfume discoveries. And this is why in today's video I would love to share with you my thoughts on Hibiscus Palm Eau de Parfum from AERIN brand. However, before I move on to discussing this truly amazing scent in more details, I would love to mention that I will be very grateful for your comments, likes, and subscriptions. It is thanks to your support that I am able further develop this channel and that my videos reach those people to whom they may be interesting and helpful. As an interesting fact, I also want to add that AERIN brand was developed in 2012 by Erin Lorda, who is granddaughter of Esther Lorda. Although AERIN is an independent brand, it exists under the umbrella of Esther Lorda brand, which means that AERIN products are distributed by Esther Lorda, and this is why AERIN products can be found on Esther Lorda websites, and I just wanted to mention this because it may be a little bit confusing. The main reasons why I wanted to introduce you to Hibiscus Palm are, firstly, that this scent is of amazing quality. It is very natural and realistic tropical scent, beautifully balanced, and at the same time it is a very elegant scent. And to be honest, this surprised me a little bit to begin with, because for a long time in my life I wasn't associating tropical summery fragrances with very elegant fragrances. But from my experience, we have this beautiful combination here thanks to the fact that most notes in Hibiscus Palm are beautiful tropical flowers and plants, and we don't have here at all tropical fruits. And this is, in my opinion, what makes this tropical summery scent and at the same time very elegant and exquisite scent. Also, I wanted to mention that when preparing for sharing these reviews with you, I always refer to my own personal experience of the fragrance, but I also usually quote the notes that are listed on an official website of given brand. However, Esther Lorda publishes the notes pyramid consisting only from 3 main notes. So according to Esther Lorda website, the top note for Hibiscus Palm Eau de Parfum is hibiscus. The heart note is melati flower, which is jasmine in Malaysian language, and the base note is coconut. However, in my experience, this fragrance is much, much more complex than this. And according to my personal experience of this fragrance, the note pyramid published by Fragrantica website is more accurate on this occasion, and this is why I will be mainly referring to Fragrantica website. So according to Fragrantica website, the top notes in hibiscus palm are ginger, then hibiscus, the note of palm leaf, lotus, and ylang ylang. And I will start from ginger note, and this note is very, very, very noticeable in this fragrance. It is very strong, very potent, clearly a ginger note, but it only lasts 5 seconds after we apply this fragrance, and then, in my experience, it totally disappears. And I believe that the main function of ginger note in this composition here is to kind of make it more fresh and zesty, but for the remaining time of lasting power of this fragrance, we wouldn't be able to detect this note at all. What is more, the remaining top notes are creating this amazing impression of being on tropical island and right by the ocean, or this scent that we experience when we are walking through botanical garden and we walk into the hothouse full of tropical beautiful flowers. In my experience, these top notes remind us mostly of the greenery, tropical greenery. So for example, palm leaves or other green leaves of tropical plants. And also, thanks to the lotus note, we experience here the kind of aquatic notes. And these notes remind me very much of the ocean breeze that is refreshing the hot, humid air, and the ocean crystal clean water itself, as if I was just standing just on the edge of the water of the ocean. And these aquatic notes also resemble the rain that just stopped falling, that just stopped raining and just refreshed and kind of refreshed and revigorated all of the green foliage. And in my imagination, I can even kind of like see the raindrops still on the leaves and plants. So it is kind of this combination of green leaves and kind of ocean breeze, water, rain, very beautiful combination. Then moving on to the heart notes, on Fragrantica we have Frangipani note listed and also other white flowers. But we have to remember that Estée Lauder website also lists their melati flower, which is jasmine. So we can clearly assume that there is definitely a jasmine flower, and that this jasmine flower plays a big role. It is important to remember that these flowers are also tropical flowers, and they beautifully complement the more green top notes, and they create this impression of being in beautiful, beautiful place, not only full of plants, palm trees, but also beautiful, beautiful, blossoming, rich tropical flowers, which give us this impression of definitely mainly flowery accents, but also slightly creamy, and in combination with the top notes, they create this impression of kind of, I don't know, maybe this sounds weird, but in my opinion, hot summer air that is warmed up by hot, strong sun, summery sun, has this distinctive scent. And definitely I experience here this impression of the smell of hot day, hot air, and also sun-kissed skin. And just summarizing, it is kind of like being in this beautiful tropical place full of trees, flowers, and other plants. The base notes, according to Fragrantica, are coconut, musk, and vanilla. And I will start here by coconut note. And the first thing that I would like to emphasize is that coconut here is absolutely natural, very realistic coconut plant note. So it is not at all the coconut that we may associate with sunscreens or sunblocks or other coconut summery cosmetics. It is not sweet in that kind of sunscreeny way. Naturally, there are some accents of sweetness that we would associate with the coconut, this coconut like insides that we would eat, this coconut pulp that is inside. There is this gentle sweetness of coconut milk, but it is very, very natural. And the main accords, in my opinion, in these notes is creaminess of coconut milk, fluffiness of coconut milk, and also freshness of coconut water, and delicate accents of whole coconut plant. And this coconut note is beautifully complementing the heart notes and the top notes, and is adding to this tropical atmosphere of this scent. Now, when talking about vanilla note and musk note, I'm not surprised at all that Esther Lorda doesn't list them, because in my opinion they are not noticeable at all as an individual notes. If they are truly here, I believe that their function is to increase the lasting power and the projection of this fragrance. And I imagine that they may complement the creaminess and fluffiness of coconut and the gentle creaminess of tropical flowers, but basically they maybe add to overall like atmosphere of the scent, but definitely they are not, your typical vanilla or your typical musk. So please don't worry about this if you would be, because it doesn't kind of, they only complement the tropical like profile of this scent and don't take anything away from this. Now, summarizing, in my opinion, because this beautiful scent is so universal, I believe that it will be perfect for wide variety of occasions. Personally, I associate this fragrance with very elegant occasions. I usually wear it when I go to conferences and when I present something. I wear it to very official, very formal evening occasions. I wear it for like special occasions in my life. If I were planning a wedding, that would be definitely my wedding scent. But this scent is absolutely also suitable for work, for more casual day-to-day events, for running errands, going for lunch, or for all of these days when we want to be reminded about hot summery day, vacations, or trips to tropical places. Because it is so well balanced and so universal, I am sure that people of all age groups will be enjoying this fragrance a lot, and it is suitable for people of all age groups. However, again, I personally associate this fragrance with people who have in their life more formal occasions and maybe are kind of having more formal jobs, but that may be just totally my kind of personal opinion. And also, I want to mention that although this fragrance has primarily flowery notes, in my opinion, it is absolutely unisex fragrance. In terms of its lasting power, on my skin, it lasts for most of the day, easily 6-8 hours. Naturally, it will depend on the weather, on temperature, and the projection of this fragrance is also very, very good, and it projects very well for about 4 hours. And its projection is so good, I would say that people who are further away from us than our arm length will experience it and will be able to smell it. And this fragrance always brings me a lot of compliments, and also many people are intrigued by it in a very, very positive way, and people are often inquiring what brand is it, what fragrance is it, how to spell the name. And people really, really enjoy it, and people literally write the details down. As always, I strongly encourage you to test this fragrance before you commit to buying a full bottle of it. And I also wanted to encourage you to test other fragrances by AERIN brand, because all of them are elegant, delicate, gentle, but all of them have very, very good parameters. Thank you for watching today, and I invite you to my future videos. Bye bye!